We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Fields. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st down, it's Fields. They'll roll him out right. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Another run now for Nwangu. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Kene Nwangu with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. Darnold and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 here at their own 16. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Darnold now to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Foreman. Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 46 yards rushing so far, and this is just their 1st possession. They've got a new set of downs here. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. The Cowboys at 5-8, 3 games under 500. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a give running right, Nwangu. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give running left is Nwangu. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give left side here for Nwangu. And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
on second down, Kamara. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. Play action. It's Fields. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his fourth down call.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Up the middle, Nwangu. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Kene Nwangu with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Darnold. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Open receiver. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. They'll send the tight end in motion left. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Darnold on 1st down. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw here into the hands of Moore. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. action. It's Darnold. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Fields on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match. And maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Foreman. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And here we go on fourth. Darnold. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. They'll run with Foreman. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. This is caught. Touchdown. Mike Williams, 26 yards. And the Panthers are back within a score. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. One play action. Fields. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On the give is Nwangu. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 72 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 1st down, Fields. He'll buy some time right. And he rifles one incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Fields. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Fields. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Fields now to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. If they want a 1st, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Fields. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They run again with Foreman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Now it's Nwangu. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Fields. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And his kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, Those will be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
Well, and a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Darnold's throw going into the hands of Williams. It'll be a gain of 5. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. They'll run for it. This is Foreman. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Now Darnold. There's Trimble, the tight end. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
A carry for Foreman. He stiff arms him. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Here's Darnold. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. one will